Right. How are you? How we doing here? Tilt you back a little bit so you can see a little better. Like that. How we doing? Is that all right? How you guys doing? Welcome to another live edition making you a bartending pro. My name's Jason. You know what? I'm gonna try a little something here with my, hold on a sec. With my little headphones here. So, let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna try something. Let's see, let's turn this one off. I'm gonna try to connect with my Bluetooth because its sound isn't that fantastic in here. What's up, Fitzgerald Rios? What's up, Crazy Christy? So let me see if this is. Let's see if we can get this going. Hold on, we're gonna get up close and friendly. Oh, we're shaky, we're shaky. I don't know if that'll work. That's all right, maybe we'll do it next time. I was hoping these headphones would connect and then you guys would be able to hear me better, but looks like it's not gonna work. So, I'll have to play around with that for next time. Maybe it'll work, maybe not. Anyway, yeah, I didn't want to connect to it. How are you guys doing? Deja, what up? Finally caught ya. Yeah. Fracio Rios. Dre Kilduff, what up? Jordan Shadow. Jace, you talk so much. Give us some insight. That's my job on here, right? Is to talk. I'm actually, you might be surprised to find out, an introverted person. I'm an introvert by nature. Bartending has taught me to be able to, I don't think it's made me an extrovert. I think it's just taught me how to be a little more extroverted when I need to be. Let me try to turn this light up back here too. Get that a little brighter for y'all. How's that? A little better? There we go. Now you guys can see me a little better, I think. Hopefully it's not too bright now. Hopefully it's not too bright now. That's a little bright. Let's turn it down a little bit. Let's make it a little softer. There we go. Anyway, how are you guys doing? Hope you all staying healthy and alive, for God's sakes, if nothing else. I have a big old list of stuff that I'm working on for you guys. These are all videos that I've been making for y'all. So, cool stuff. She has been fucking hectic at my regular work. And by the time I come home, I'm just like fried. So, anyway, how are you guys? Cheers, Shake, my man in-house moderating. Thank you, sir, for seeing your lovely face again. Yeah, thanks for coming out, everybody. Crazy Christy says I chug coffee before interviews, etc. Coffee is a fantastic little invention. I love coffee. I try not to drink it too much, but I'm a bit of a coffee snob, so I buy really delicious coffee and I get really delicious creamer. I don't put a shitload of sugar in it, but I put a good creamer in it and fucking God, it's like candy. I love it. Drink too much of it and I get all cracked out. And anyway, so how are you guys? How is your worlds? Are you starting to open up? Are the bars starting to open up around you? Because this is a good opportunity for you guys to get out there and, okay, I'll stop messing with that. Start knocking on doors again, following up, because there are going to be people that aren't going to show up. They're going to be like, I'm digging this. taking unemployment. I'm making more money than I was making when I was working, so fuck it, I'm not going back. And so there will be opportunities at establishments around you right now. So if you're wanting to go get a job, this is a good time to go reintroduce yourself to the owners and managers and people around you at the bars and establishments that you may be eyeballing. So even if you are working as a bartender already, or you're coming back soonish or something, or you want to change bars to another place, this is a good time to go check it out. Go knock on those doors that you've been eyeballing, because there's a good chance they're going to have spots. Now, it could be like, we're not quite ready yet, but it might be that we're going to have some openings because these, you know, there might be a certain amount of people that are not coming back. So keep that in mind. Shake says, I applied at a couple places. Restaurant, retirement type place. Nice. Good job, Shake. Keep us posted how all that goes. And remember that we are still in kind of a ever evolving situation where day to day you get information coming down from your local governments to your state governments and the federal government. So it's very much an influx situation. But I just think that there will be opportunities for you guys once establishments in your area start opening up, that you should be able to go out there and kind of knock on some doors and see if something's open. It was like one of my old videos where I filmed myself getting a job was at a place that was like a new establishment. Same kind of a thing. They open up, they have too much staff, or they're going to trim some fat, or there's people that they know that are not going to make the cut, and they're going to look to replace a couple of people, so you kind of slide in. Even if you don't make, if you see a new place hiring, or a new place opening, obviously you want to go get in there when they do that initial rush of hiring, and hopefully you get in there. But if you don't, follow up 2 or 3 weeks, start following up 2 weeks after they open, because you'll find that they will not want to keep everybody that hired, and they will hopefully or potentially replace a couple of those, which is how I got into one of the places that I started working. Super busy nightclub type place. That's the one that I realized that the nightclub world was not my scene. It was not my scene. It was really fun, and working just in that like energy and sexy fucking people in front of you that you're serving all the time was rad, but you have to just live that lifestyle. I saw First Light twice in 1 week, leaving work to go home, and that shit is just not conducive to my normal life and the way I like to live. So couldn't do it. Hung it up. It was a lot of fun, but didn't want to do the late nights. Just too hectic. And there's some other politics about it too with the ownership. But hey, that's just part of the gig anyway, usually. So what about you guys? Anybody go out, see anything? Are your bars starting to open back up? Are you still, or are you in a state or an area where people calling the shots like, nah, we're taking it easy. We're taking it easy. I thought I was going to want to play some 80s. I put on this like random 80s playlist, but I don't know if I'm feeling that right now. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what we got here. Let's kind of go a little something different here. Let's see what else we got. Any other questions? Crazy Christy says, job interview tomorrow. Nice. Decided to try out car hopping on skates. Easy. Back in the serving industry and getting better at skating. Dude, like roller skates? That's pretty cool. We got a place here in town called Dandy's. It's a spot we used to go since I was a kid, and all the girls would come out on roller skates. It's like a burger joint. Pull up in your car, they roller skate out. Really good burgers and shakes and fries, and man, those were my favorite places when I was a kid coming up, and it's still an iconic spot. So yeah, the service industry is starting to come back to life. So good time to be paying attention. and getting out there knocking on doors. Anything else? I know it's not really, of those places that are starting to open, I think there's only a few states that I've seen where it's just like free for all and people are kind of back in the bars. So you guys are probably not quite there yet. But be ready. Opportunity is coming. I can almost guarantee it. Shake said I was rewriting my bartending flashcards, listening to EDC the other night. Nice. Sonic was big on that. Sweet. Good for you guys. Yeah. Up here in the Oregon lands, because those of you that know or may not know, I moved back to the motherland of Oregon, no longer in San Diego, where I had been for the last 20 years. Moved back up here for job opportunities in the weed industry. But the bars and stuff here, I believe, are able to open for outside patio service, every other table kind of thing. So they're not quite like full inside bars yet, because I'm curious to go in and kind of see what's going on so I can kind of report back to you guys what I've been seeing. But that's not feasible yet. So it's just, it might even be bars. I think it's just restaurants and they're doing outside patio service. So we shall see how that all goes down. Brandon DeLaca, what up? Welcome, welcome. Jack Woods, what is your favorite drink? So, my tried and true coffee, meaning not the like garbage, sweet and sour mix, out of a gun crap, fresh lime, lemon, orange juice, good reposado tequila. I personally don't like an orange liqueur on there, like a triple sec or a Cointreau or even a Grand Marnier. Little splash of orange juice, so what I say? Lemon, lime, or lime mostly, and usually I'll kind of go halves. I made one last week. That's right, we were gonna do that. I'm supposed to remind myself I was gonna make a cocktail. I totally forgot. So I use, what did I use? 2 full limes, or lime and a half. I didn't have it, but you can do like, basically I'll kind of go down. So like 2 limes, 1 lemon, half an orange. Sorry, that was not to you. And then you can add just a little bit of agave, just a little teeny dab of it if you're just making a single cocktail. I usually make the mix ahead of time, and so you can just add ice and tequila and then a little bit of mix on top. And then however much juice you have, so like lemon, lime, and orange juice, basically double that with water. And then there you go. Give it a little shake. That's my margarita mix recipe that I like from scratch. So fresh juices. Also like a classic old fashioned. Yep. No bars here yet in North Carolina. Only to-go stuff, so it's Crazy Christie. Yeah, I remember old fashioned top shelf was supposed to be the drink this time. Shit, Shake, when you're texting me about this week, remind me to get ready for these. I'll try to remember myself, but help me try to remember when you're texting me each week. Last week I made a margarita to start off the live stream, and I said that was awesome, we should do that every week, and then I totally spaced it. So old fashioned, like Shake said, is one of my favorites. A good bourbon. Yep. Just put a little splash of simple syrup, a couple dashes of some bitters, Angosturas. No, this is kind of washed out because that's too bright. Those are the Angostura bitters. Totally washed out. Can't even see that at all. It's the telly. I'm gonna shoot this on the telly, so that side of the camera is no good. And then I'll stir it, add a cherry and an orange wheel. Don't smash those. I prefer, you know, like an old fashioned is basically a slightly flavored bourbon or whiskey, whatever of your choice, on the rocks, and slightly sweetened. If you want to kind of stretch it, splash a little bit of soda water on there. That's a favorite of mine. And then just kind of sipping, because the problem is when I make cocktails is I'll make them when I'm making them for myself, I'll make them delicious. But they're also, you know, they're not like super weak. So when they taste really good and they got a decent amount of punch to them, I'll fucking slam them and I get hammered. So I usually stick to easy drinking beers, light lagers, pilsners, Modelo Especial, Stellas, any sort of local lager, micro beer. Those are favorites of mine as well. So those are probably mine. Let's see. Deja, do you have a Venmo or Cash App? Is that for me? Yes, I do. You guys don't have to send me any money on Venmo. You can always tip on this one, that little next to the face sign, the little dollar sign underneath the dashboard chat right there. You can tip me right there if you want, but Deja, you don't have to send me money, man. Save it. Put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day when you can get back out there after all this crazy Corona shit. Shake says, I wish I would bowling alley, would have done some to-go stuff. Yeah. Jack Woods. I love a good adios motherfucker every once in a while. Delicious and dangerous. It's always a good choice. Let's see. Oh, we got a little M&M jumping up on this, huh? Talking about what? This is a random playlist that I got going on right now. So it's going to be all over the map for you guys. Brandon DeLaca, ever try White Claws? Man, has anybody ever not tried White Claws? I mean, I'm a married man, and White Claw for the missus, that's, you know, just as good as water for her. No, not really. She doesn't drink that much, but she does love her some White Claws, as do most people these days. I mean, that one was kind of like a duh, you know, scratching your head like, no shit, that one was going to be popular. What the fuck? Why didn't we think of that one? Vodka soda with a lime is like the most fucking popular drink in the world, I swear to God. And, well, it's not exactly vodka soda. It's really close. It's just a real light, slightly flavored, bubbly beverage. So, I do like White Claws on occasion. They are delicious and easy drinking, so I appreciate that. I like anything that I can kind of just like cruise and sip on, and I'm not going to get super hammered. And it doesn't taste too delicious because then I just pound them. Yeah, they're so hype these days. I got to give it a try. I mean, really, it's nothing like mind-blowing. It's just that. It's that just enough flavor to it, but not overwhelming and sweet. And there's got enough punch. You can have a couple get a little buzz, but it's not too strong, right? So it's easy to just kind of sip on those, and decent quality, not too expensive. Man, people are starting to knock them off, right? Got Anheuser-Busch coming out with them. There's a few different versions coming out with them, so they'll be all over the place. Let's see here. Crazy Chris said, keep hitting the send button before I'm finished. No worries. Also posted the recipe over on Instagram. Thank you, Shake, for the link there, so you guys can check that out. Got it over here. Yep, there it is. Bang. Good old fashioned. Although that one says muddle a cherry and an orange, I prefer to just go without, honestly. But dealer's choice. You know, there is no right or wrong one. With that, so that's kind of a good one to talk about. With an old fashioned, if you get the kind of feeling that the person ordering the old fashioned likes that classic old fashioned, that they like it because it's just like muy fuerte. You know, it's like a strong drink that's, you know, very whiskey, bourbon, whatever forward, with just a little bit of kind of flavoring modifications to it, then I would not muddle the cherry or the orange. However, you get it, maybe it's a younger person, maybe you get a little vibe that they're kind of maybe would like a little more flavor in it, or maybe you just want to try it with a little more flavor to it, then you can muddle the cherry and the orange in there. Many experts debate this, but I think the true OG recipe, you do not muddle the orange and cherry. But that's one of those ones that's kind of had a split for the norm a long time ago, and so it's super common to see bartenders doing the muddle. I usually just throw it on top. A little bit of the orange, I like the orange, maybe I'll squeeze the orange in there, but cherry is just for fun, you know. Looks cool. Looks cool. Let's see. What else you guys got going on? Deja, not working here for some reason, so I asked. Oh, I don't know. That's weird. I don't know what happens if I push it. So you gotta push it, and then it's super chat, I think. Right? Or super sticker. Yeah, and then you just put however much you want in there. But keep it, Deja. Keep it. Went through the Bartending Pro course. Really appreciate that. Nice. Right on. Yep. So, reminder to you guys, Bartending Pro, bartendingblueprint.com website, which is the associated website to the kind of sister website to this YouTube channel. Used to charge for that course. Through all this coronavirus stuff, I decided to give it away for free. Forever. I'll never say never, but unless something really fucking crazy happens, not going to turn the payment gateway back on to that website. So that's just kind of a freebie for the world to hopefully help you guys out. Shake says, I saw Jose Cuervo making a drink that's 8% for cans, 4 cans for under $10. That's going to get some people stoked. 4 cans, even if those are 8 ounces, that's still a damn good deal. 8%. So you could get a nice little buzz on. Cuervo, is it like a tequila thing? Bud Light, Post Malone, Bud Light, Seltzer. Yeah, they're all coming for it. They saw that niche open up and they're like, what the fuck? Why didn't we get on that? Just too many old white guys driving this shit. They need some crazy party girls in there showing them what's up. Shake says, I make my own White Claws with vodka and flavored soda. Basically. Yeah, flavored soda water. Or like the, what is it, LaCroix and stuff like that. A little LaCroix with a little vodka. There you go. That's basically a White Claw. That's basically it. Genius, right? Why was that so hard for us to think? We could have had Bartending Pro Fire Water. What do you call it? Something like that. Told you this has got all kinds of random shit on this playlist. Shake says, also don't put the fruit for a true OG according to Imbibe. Yeah. Definitely not the cherry. I think it's like an orange twist. So not the fruit. I think maybe it's just a twist on there. But if you want just like the main version, don't put any damn fruit on there. Post Malone has his own beer. I don't know, let's see what happens when we... I know that Bud Light's doing a seltzer, which is basically their version of the White Claw. Post Malone heads to the store for Bud Light seltzer. So maybe it's just a commercial. Yeah, it looks like it's just a commercial. Anyway. Sorry, that was loud. Best cocktail with wine. Why do you want a cocktail if you're drinking wine, Andreas? Or is it for your partner that's drinking the wine and you want a cocktail? If that's the case, see, you don't really, that's kind of dealer's choice, right? Because if you're you don't really pair wine with like a cocktail. I mean, you could, but that's kind of a weird thing to do. You pair wine with food, you pair a meal with cocktails, you know, but like wine and cocktails aren't really, I would say, just because I'm married and my wife loves wine, that if you ask me a cocktail that pairs well with wine, I'm going to say like vodka soda, because that's like another kind of just super common lady drink. But really it's like whatever the hell you want, or whatever that person wants. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say, Andreas. Dealer's choice, brother. Let's see what else we got here. I see I'm missing some comments here. Make sure I go back up here a little bit. Make sure I didn't skip anybody else. Try not to. Okay, I think we're all good here. Thank you, Crazy Chrissy. Appreciate the kind words about the course. Yeah, free beer sponsorship, exactly. Do a commercial. We'll pay you $5 million, and you'll get Bud Light or all Anheuser-Busch beverages that you want for a lifetime. I'm sure that was kind of part of the deal. Those is Bud Light. Are you a Bud Light or a Coors Light person? Answer in the comments below. Bud Light or the Silver Bullet? What do you do? What do you go for? Inquiring minds want to know. Used to drink Bud Light and beer pong, but that's about it. My buddy was in love with it. Tried Bud Light Seltzer Mango. It's definitely not a White Claw. Drank it, but wouldn't buy it again. Oh, really? Does it taste kind of funky, huh? A little too much flavor, maybe? Empty, what up? Hey man, love your videos. Just turned 21. Trying to get a job as a bartender when things open back up. Yep, Empty. So if you just tuned in, I've been talking about over this whole kind of thing that number one, make sure you go to bartendingblueprint.com, or you can, there are a lot of the same videos that are just from this YouTube channel, so you can just make sure to check out all the playlists that I have laid out on this channel. Super valuable, kind of organizes a lot of these videos together. Start with the how to get a job, working bartender, bartending 101, before you go to any of the cocktail recipes. Because this job is not, I mean, it's a little bit about drinks, but more than anything, this is a people person job, and understanding that just kind of the basic day-to-day stuff, it goes over a lot of that, but then also knowing that this is a people person thing, and don't waste as much time memorizing a bunch of drinks, because when you get to a bar, you're only going to make a certain, 15, 20, 25, maybe 30-ish type drinks. There's thousands of cocktails out there in the world. Now, what 15 to 20 that you're going to make on a regular daily basis will depend on what bar you work at. So it's kind of pointless to learn hundreds of drinks and then go in and realize that you're only going to use 1 to 2% of all those drinks that you just learned. Now it's cool because you've got a base information, you're educating yourself, but I'm just saying the shortest point from point A to point B, don't worry about memorizing a shitload of drinks. Focus on learning that this is the people person job, and that your time should be spent thinking about or working on just being comfortable talking to people. The gig economies, so like Uber, Lyft, food delivery services don't really give you that good of an opportunity, but like Uber and Lyft is a good one. I know they're kind of hit right now. It's not a really good industry to be in, but when this stuff kind of comes back around, that's a good side hustle that I recommend you guys to go into to practice your communication with people. Now, not everybody that gets in an Uber is going to want to talk to you, but it gives you good just practice, like, hey, how you doing? What's up? What are you up to? And if they're into talking, they're going to start blabbing away. So this is the same shit you do in your bartending. And it's my theory that the reason that you feel anxiety going into a bar is you think that you need to know all these drinks, and you don't. And then number two, it just feels weird. It feels like you're up in front of the class talking, giving a presentation. It just feels uncomfortable to have everybody sitting there staring at you. So if you can just learn to just have simple conversations with people, then you realize that it's not a big deal and that this is a people person job. I've said many times that the best bartender I knew was a shit cocktail maker. His cocktails were messy and terrible and disrespected original recipes up the wazoo. But they were fairly strong because our owner let us pour them that way. And he was the most phenomenal, charismatic person I ever met. So it's his ability to bring people in and just make them feel comfortable and like they're hanging out with friends, that he had the most loyal group of locals of any bartender on the staff or any bartender that I'd ever worked with. And that all came down to his people person skills. It had nothing to do with his cocktail skills, which were very scant. So, anyway, my point is, work on your people skills. Don't worry about learning a whole shitload of drinks, because that's super common when people come in, they're 21, it's like, fuck, I need to learn all these drinks, man. It's like, no, don't. Hit the brakes. Don't worry about that, because that's not what you need to focus on. I feel like this light is pulsing. Does it kind of look like that? Can't really tell. So there you go, empty. And then after you go through all the videos on here, go over to bartendingblueprint.com. That's a bartending course associated with this YouTube channel. I used to charge for it, now it's free. So go check that out. Crazy Christy said, I'm gonna try out bartending next year and watch all your videos over. Just left my job for the last 5 years and said no to the $100,000 a year job promotion a few months ago. Whoa, sky's the limit. There you go. Money's not everything. If you don't like your job, don't do it. You know, there's something to be said about being. It's really important for you guys to, I'm going to get on a little bit of a life advice soapbox here, that make sure that you have a reason why, and then it meshes, or, you know, it kind of vibes with your true self. So knowing why you want to go into bartending is important. If it's because you want to make a shitload of money, that's probably not the best industry to go into. But if you like the people thing, if you like the flexibility, if you like to be able to kind of fit it in with other jobs or careers, or like school or something, or like kids or something, then it's phenomenal for that. But in bigger picture, like when you're making decisions for a type of career you want to go into, ask why you want that. It's like, I want to make a lot of money. It's like, why do you want to make money? Is it that, because just stacks of money isn't that cool. It's the shit that stacks of money allow you to do that's cool. But people will chase that their entire life, when really all they want to do is make a bunch of money so that they could go live in the jungle on the coast, at the edge of the jungle in fucking Costa Rica. It's like, newsflash, if that's all you want to do, you can do that shit for fucking cheap. And you don't have to save money your whole life to do it. Go down there and start working as an eco-tourist, and you can start doing that immediately. And then who knows what doors that will open for you in your life that way. So, anyway, get on my soapbox there. Sky is the limit, Crazy Christy, 100%. But it's super important for you guys to ask those questions. What do you want in your life? If you could wave a magic wand and make it any way you want, what would it look like? And don't just say billions of dollars, because as Jay-Z said, more money, more problems. Right? Is that Jay-Z? Man, I hope I didn't get that wrong right now. Or no, was that fucking, what's his name? P. Diddy? Is that P. Diddy? Fucking Biggie. Biggie! Shit, man! Get your shit all fucked up. Anyway, Coors Light, nice. Don't chase money just to chase money, because you're just, it's a fallacy, and you'll never have enough, and you can't buy happiness. Your life improves up to, on average, they say between $80,000 and $90,000 a year, and then after that, it doesn't change much at all, if at all. If, in fact, actually past a certain point, it makes things much more difficult. So, you can get to that point, but think about why you want stuff. Like, what do you really want? What do you want for the money? Do you want to travel? Fine, become a travel writer. There's other ways to travel without trying to make a lot of money. Money's cool, but it's not the end-all, be-all. Especially times like this where we're like locked down and you're like, what am I fucking doing with my life? You see other people out doing different things and whatever, or not. And anyway, going on a tangent. Let's stick to bartending, buddy. Stick to bartending. Thank you for the question, MT. Sup, Juan or Yana? Long time no see. Christy says going into bartending. Going to try bartending next. Oh, wait, already got that one. That's what kicked off that whole tangent. Bro, sold a 100-ounce tower of Coors Light for $22.83 at the bowling alley. Best deal. 100 ounces, $22.83. So, what's that? What's 12? How many 12-ounce beers are in 100 ounces? That's 8-ish, something like that, right? 7, 8, 8, 9, 8. 96 ounces is 8, right? So, what do you got? 24. So that's like less than $3 like a beer for that, something like that. If my math's right, somewhere around there. Pretty damn good deal. 100 ounces, yeah. You can be rolling out. You can be rolling out of the bowling alley yourself. Feeling good. Shakes Coors Light, man. I had that debate with my wife, Coors Light or Bud Light. I used to think I was a Bud Light guy, and then we did a side-by-side comparison of taste, like a taste test. And I conceded that I actually like Bud Light, Coors Light a little bit more than Bud Light. Just a little bit, because they're both, but, it was interesting. There's a link to a playlist, How to Become a Bartender, so check all those out. Empty for sure. Juan says, if I had to choose, I'd go Bud Light over Coors Light, but would you rather drink whiskey or gin? I like that. Juan likes, go straight for the hard shit, no fucking around. Modelo, por favor. Crazy Christy, I'm with you on that one. Empty says, I haven't been focusing too much on my attention on learning drinks. Like you said, the main focus isn't making drinks, but I'm naturally social, so I think I got this. Absolutely. You always got it. You guys always got it. All you have to do is just decide you got it, and you will. Lived in Panama for 6 months right out of high school. See a lot of old white people who aren't necessarily unhappy, but they're definitely missing something and wish they had lived differently. Don't want to get to the end of the game and go like, man, why the fuck didn't I just go do that? Because, right, then you end up like the bitter old person in Panama that looks like they got it all, and really they're just like mad because they didn't do what they really wanted to do. I've seen that. I've seen it. It's like the guys that used to come into my bar that were like bankers and what was the other industry that used to come in all the time? These like loan shark guys. They would they were like hard money lenders basically, which means you give people that don't have that have a really hard time getting loans with really shitty interest rates on them, which you should always avoid those at all costs. But anyway, those guys made a fuckload of money and they were just miserable. I don't know if it's because they knew they were basically taking advantage of people for a living, or the other guy that was an investment banker, worked for Goldman Sachs, which just is just, if you know the inside high up ranking of the way decisions are made in that industry, you're just like, it's gotta kind of chew away at your soul. So money's not everything. That is the point, for sure. Shake says, you tried Negro Modelo? It's so good in Michelada. I have. I love Negro Modelo. I kind of actually go back and forth because even though it's like darker, it's not that heavy or too dark of a beer. So it looks dark, but it's actually very light and drinkable, for sure. And it is, I agree, Shake, delicious in a Michelada. Okay, guys, man, flying along here. Got to the bottom of these I almost said coupons. Got to the bottom of these comments, and it is 7:20, so we're gonna do the last call for questions. If you guys are hanging out, you got a question, throw it out there. Otherwise, make sure you follow on all the social media stuff at Bartending Pro, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, mostly just the YouTubes. And my man Shake helps run the Instagrams. So make sure you're following along on there. Make sure you check out bartendingblueprint.com. Have a free professional bartending course over there for you guys that I gave away last month for coronavirus help for all you guys. And remember, coming up, as places and areas and towns and cities and stuff start to reopen, I think there's probably gonna be some fall off at some establishments. People that just aren't gonna want to come back. Once you get into the industry, you'll realize how much there's a certain percentage of the people that are in this industry that are always wanting to get out, or they're always talking about the next thing, or they're always talking about doing this or going to school or going to this career, but it never actually happens. And so something like this, as traumatic as it may be, if they get yanked out of that job and then given unemployment benefits that is more or significantly more than what they were making anyway, there's a good chance that those people are not going to go back to their job because they're just going to milk it and look for the next thing or go back to school or whatever. And good on them. You know, if you're not happy, then don't stay in there. But because of that, I think there's going to be opportunity for you guys to go in and knock on doors once establishments start opening back up. Now, at first, it's probably going to be kind of a slow trickle, and there's probably not going to be a lot of openings right away. But I expect and suspect that once things kind of get back to full speed again, which hopefully is soon and as we come into summer months, and this doesn't rebound and blow up in our face again, you know. So I think if places start going back and people start coming in, then they're going to start to need more like a regular crew again. And there'll be opportunities for you to go in and knock on doors and reestablish relationships with people or places that you might want to work, that you can go in and take the spot of that person that's over it and isn't coming back. So there we go. Hunter B says, favorite music to listen to while bartending. I think it just depends on your preference for, I used to like, obviously it's fun working in those like the weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, when it shifts to the younger crowd, the music steps up to kind of like more fun energy, not heavy thumping bass club stuff, because then you can't fucking hear anything, but just fun music. And you sort of feed off the vibe of the crowd. So personally, I can listen to most music, all the way from death metal to classical, to even some country. I don't really do opera. That's one that I don't really do. But I basically can listen to almost anything. And so for me, my favorite music is whatever gets the crowd stoked. So if people are just amped and energized, then you kind of feed off that energy. So I would say whatever gets the people in the place that I'm working at the most psyched up and ready to rock and roll and party and, you know, have a good time. Good question though, Hunter. Crazy Christian says, do people ever mistake you for Tony Hawk? All the time. All the time. Especially where I used to work down in San Diego. I worked just south of an area called Encinitas, which is North County, San Diego. And just the next town up from Encinitas is Carlsbad, which is where Tony's from. And so he's around all the time. And the funny thing is, if you saw us side by side, we actually don't look that much alike. But yes, I get that a lot. That's my probably my most common celebrity. Is he a celebrity? I guess he's a celebrity, right? Yeah, he's a celebrity. That's my most common celebrity doppelganger comment that I get from people. That Dennis from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I think that's just kind of because of the situation of being a bartender is another one. So, but yeah, crazy Chrissy, I get that a lot for sure. Let's see, Hunter says true. Which closest? How much choice, I suppose, yeah. Shake says, that's what we had at my place, but when I went at my house parties, my buddies would always bring a fire playlist. Nice. It's a few current songs mixed with some indie and old school R&B, hip hop. Do a kick flip. For sure. I wish I could skate like Tony. Man, I used to skate a lot. I got my first skateboard at 7, and then I hung it up probably around 36, 7, 8, somewhere around there. Because the thing with skateboarding is it doesn't matter how good you are, there's just these inevitable slams. Even the pros, even Tony Hawk, will fucking slam sometimes. You slam less often, but I think as you get better, when you do take those slams, they're a lot harder. And so they just were lingering too long. But ironically, I think I'm gonna start skating again. I'm gonna pad up old man style. Ankle braces, knee pads, elbow pads, helmet, and get back out there. I kind of miss it. Fantastic exercise, especially at the parks, just pumping around. Great exercise. Used to sweat my ass off when I'd skate. But I can't skate like Tony. So I could be his acting stunt double. He could do the stunts and I can do the acting. Right? I don't know, something like that. Yes, and I'm much younger. Thank you, Crazy Christy. I could be his more handsome younger cousin or brother or something. Just kidding. I missed it on getting the collector's edition. The new HD remake came out. It's a nice ass deck. Ken F. Detroit. Most of the bartenders at my place don't want to come back, but I'm happy. More money for me. So there you go, people. What have I been saying? Perfect example. Thank you, Ken. I've been telling these guys, you need to be ready when shit starts to open back up because there's going to be people that don't want to come back. So, there you go. Thank you for proving my point, Mr. Detroit. Sounds like opportunity is knocking for you guys. Shake, love longboard with my dog. Yep, for sure. Bubble wrap. Okay, guys. We're going to cut it off. Is there any more comments? Nope. We're going to cut it off there. This has been another live edition of Making You a Bartending Pro. My name is Jason. It's my man Shake moderating there. Have a great week, rest of your weekend. Stay safe and healthy. Wash your hands, sanitize, all that kind of shit. Make sure you're knocking on those doors as soon as places start to open. Think about the situation that we're in. So, you know, you don't want to go up and shove your hand in someone's face to shake their hand. Do it in a socially distant, responsibly kind of a way. But be aware that, like Ken F. Detroit just mentioned, there are going to be people that are not going to be coming back. So hopefully for him, that's a great opportunity. And if you are in establishments where you're already working, if you're not at the top of the food chain or ranking seniority, hopefully if people leave, this might give you a chance to kind of climb up the ladder as well. So if you're working, this is also a good time if you start to go back to potentially go in and sort of reassert yourself for a little more of a preferable schedule or responsibilities, or if you want to move into a different area, this is a great time. Things are, you know, sucking and weird and shit sucks and we need to get back to normal, of course, but with big change comes big opportunity. Cool. Crazy Chrissy, I used to miss that people would clock us at 23 miles an hour. Oh, nice. That's pretty badass on skates. Crazy, is that what you're talking about? That's rad. All right, you guys. Thank you, my man Shake, for moderating. We do this every week. Most weeks, 6:30 p.m. West Coast United States time. I always say Pacific Standard. I think we're in Standard Time. 6:30 West Coast time. That's when we do these every Tuesday. Got this big list of new videos that I'm shooting. Let's two sides. So some of these are from comments from you guys, so we can get a shout out on some of those. Remember, if you come up with a good idea, I like to try to make videos about it because it's relevant, because it comes from you, and it's always fun to be able to give you guys shout outs. I appreciate you for being viewers, subscribers, all that kind of stuff. This channel is possible just because you come listen to my crazy blathering about bartending. But hopefully it's of value. As many of you have said, thank you for the kind words. I'm glad it's helped you out. I look forward to helping you more in the future. All right, guys, take it easy. Have a great week. I will see you again soon. Cheers.